Hi. I just watched the last one video, and this is really powerful. This is a strong mediumship for me. I'm at the next level. Like I need the dialogue with you like this. Like this is important. I have so much I need to get out to share that it all needs to be cataloged properly. Like I never even really saw this one coming, which is reflective of me sitting in Molly Bloom's and not even seeing this one coming from across the room. Oh man, wow. I've been a lot of places, I've seen a lot of things, like nothing compares to the sight of you. You see, back in the late 2000s, we didn't have, like, we couldn't even video cam. You know, we couldn't even, like, FaceTime. We didn't even have FaceTime back then. Like, so I couldn't even, like, keep in touch with you through videos, like, you know, with the tech wise. So, but I'm smart enough to know that where the tech is going, to know that I'll be back eventually if I don't actually be in the fucking, if I'm not actually in the city. I knew that the tech would be integrated so much that it wouldn't matter where I was going to be. And then if the natural progression of our energies was as strong as it was, you know, nothing was ever going to keep it apart. So I am here loving making this because I need to process and like tell you a bunch of stuff. And like you need to like see it out of me. Like this is important. I express. Like I even like process my thinking of like, I don't know if you know about the Sarnia stuff, the abuse and the hazing that I went through. Like I don't know if like I honestly like. It's been literally 12 years. There's not a there. I told your sister to say hi to you, at least once, maybe twice. To say send a friendly namaste. Like, did that message even get through to you? Like, is your message even is your sister even saying, hey, Drew said hi? Like, if she wouldn't have even at least told you that once in the last 12 years, it would have been around 2014, 2015, 2014. Then what's going on there? Why not? Like, this is weird. And then I'm thinking you defriended me, sent that message, then defriended me, when that could have been someone else. And you don't even know. You don't know the tech. You don't know the computers. You don't know well enough to go in there and figure it out. I know that. I know that about you. I know that enough. Like, I know you were only at my billet's house a few times, but do you remember I had a computer down there? That was my computer. Like, I traveled with that computer, a desktop, in the early 2000s. Like, that was my thing. I did stuff on the desktop. Like, I was good with computers. Building, like, a film production type situation. Like, part of my production was that I was ripping DVDs at Blockbuster and copying them. With the Tukes' Blockbuster card. You know, well, that's neither here nor there. So that night at Jack's, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep flowing because from where I feel like the understanding is like I was fully like we were fully together like all the way through the end of the playoffs, the World Cup, and then like a week before I went on the Cancun trip, like we kind of like this shit was just so crazy with the team. We just decided that we were just kind of like on a pause. So like there wasn't any like anything like that was like, cause like I was going into this like situation where like I'm trying to get contracts. I'm trying to have this career with hockey. Like I need to be getting along with everybody. Like get the guys. Like so I gotta participate with what's happening. Doesn't mean I have to go over the edge all the time with stuff. But like that's what I mean. I like to. I need to look more at the camera because like I like that you can look at me and see me. Like I need you to know that like I'm fucking here. I'm not talking out to the world. Like I'm good enough to know, like, if you are going to watch these, you're going to get these. Like, I want you to feel me. I want you to feel how this is. How true I was back then. And not really understanding how deep I had to unravel my trauma to understand the layers here. So like I went on this trip or whatever, we go on this trip, we do the team thing, okay, whatever. You know, I wasn't like all gung-ho about it, like honestly. So we get back, and it's literally the first week. You know, I literally think it's like the first night or two, I'm not even at the bar. And there's only like me, Thompson, and one or two other guys. It was very late. And I knew you were coming out with your friends, probably meeting up at the bar at some point, whichever one we were at. And the agreement through this process was that, like, you didn't want me to feel chained down, but you didn't want me to embarrass you or like do anything like where people see, like, I don't know, like where, because people know you and they know that we're together and they see me with other people, like it's embarrassing for you, and I totally 100% respect that, like, and I understood that, and I was like trying to feel confident with being just myself and also respect the boundaries of what everybody sees. There's so much going on, like everybody's watching me, like as a knight. So honestly, I don't know what happened. It was just a random fucking situation, and I kind of do know what happened because I made the conscious choice. I was like, I don't want to let this girl down in a way. It was the stupidest thing ever because I was still in this whole like ritual mode with the guys, but I was back in London now and it didn't need to happen, and I didn't need it to happen. Nobody was asking me to do it. I only had myself to blame. So I went out of my way and took this and just went to a location that I would like never even go to. Like I just walked like aimlessly to the exact spot where your friend was, and just right there. And I just so this person is now faced with the decision of now it's in front of his face. And so that happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is stupid, and I'm out of there. And then that was a couple minutes, and then now I'm waiting around, and then now you're showing up. Okay, great. Now I'm like, all right, like what I really want to be making out with, and who I really want to be with, but I understood the whole public image thing was not something you wanted to do, so I don't know. Anyways, so now I go downstairs, and this is my first time even seeing you back, and the first thing you're saying is you're yelling at me about the camera. And at first I was like, what the, like this thing, like it was just like, I couldn't understand that someone could even perceive to do this. And I was not trying to say that didn't happen. I was trying to say what my thinking process was about it, and then it was just, I understood why you stormed off. You had to save face in front of your friends. That's why I felt like, now you need, like, this is why it's important, like, I tell you about who I am and why I was playing hockey. I was kind of like a behind enemy lines guy where I was playing a character I wanted to assassinate, technically, in the future. Like, in a film. Like, I take the hockey character and I turn him into something that the hockey character has never been, which is like a humanitarian, you know. So then, when that happened, to my filmmaking, like, mindset of, like, such a dramatic event like that, on the public square, like, my brain went into a frenzy. Like, and I would have had to now, because, like, it would have been easier for me to process it if you saw me actually doing it with the person, instead of a friend showing to you it on a phone. Because now the friend's involved, and it's even worse because now the friend's bringing it to you. Now you're in a 10-year relationship with this person, probably because of your friend, and you're forced to now confront that with what? The new night that's fucking you met for 3-4 months? And fucking that nights that just have a rep? Like, obviously they did not have a good rep, you know, especially the year before and the year before. So I immediately knew the gravity of the situation. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how the fuck am I lucky? Like, I go out of my way to try and go somewhere where I make sure I can just fucking whatever, okay, focus now on what matters. Like, it's just, I was overwhelmed. And there's no, it's like the Will Smith slap. There's no excuse, like, he slapped him. Like, there's no excuse I did it. Like, even though we were still on pause mode, it wasn't like it was cheating, but, like, I felt like it was, because I sanctioned the space of your public square. And you had to save face with your friends. I had to save face with my friends, because what now? I'm the guy that runs after you when he gets caught, like, doing something that I, like, technically was allowed to do if I wanted to. Like, I don't know, like, there was all these things coming together. I didn't have a contract. I didn't know what's going on. I need the guys to fucking have a job. Like, and, man, I love talking about it. I need to talk about this right now. Because as a filmmaker, I only told Thompson, because Thompson knew about the fucking, he was an outsider. And he worked his way to get in, just like me. Worked his ass off. And he knew. He wanted after guy. I wouldn't point him out. I said, no, this is me. I said, I can't let you do anything on this. I said, this is all me. I did this, I take it. Then all I wanted to do is just, like, somehow get you back. Because then we never just rekindled again and started to press play. It just went to, like, a pause to a stop. And then we just dabbled a little bit on the phone. And then I got this abrupt cutoff message, which I don't think you actually sent. So I don't know how to break the news that this is how I feel about the message to you. So I'm trying to process this by making these videos and hoping that it can be videos that you enjoy connecting with me with, because I am talking directly to you. Because, okay, think about it. I would rather have you seen me just being, like, I'm in the middle of the bar, I'm not gonna make out with her right there. You walk in the front door, I'm making out with some girl. Oh, great. You know, that's not what I was thinking. So go to this other location, but now there's a camera. Like, I'm a fucking filmmaker. I'm making fucking films. I'm making films like for the Mem Cup year already. I already made a film years before that about the rookies in Sarnia. So this is like double worse for me because I made the decision to protect you with thinking I was protecting you by going to a location that had no eyes. And then I'm really going into the tech. Like, I'm finding the tech somewhere to now have the tech show you. Before we knew what the fucking tech even meant, it's just a flip, back then. It really was just like, kind of like, oh, you got, really, like. So, this event happens. Now I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm kind of, like, I would have had to go chase after it. And I was never a chase after it player. Like, I wasn't gonna go chase after. And I don't want to say regret, but I mean, I think now I'm chasing after it. I'm going right into the tech, right for you. Right after to figure out, to tell you how I feel, how I've always felt, what's been going on for 12 years, how I felt all about it. My memories are deep. I'm very advanced, like, intellectually, mentally. And I'm coming like a bull. I would also like to talk about Amanda, like Psycho. Okay, like this. She was abusing me in the relationship. Okay, to begin with, when I was originally dating her, she was always sleeping with her high school sweetheart the whole time, and. Okay, so listen to this. Yeah, so she makes me feel guilty in a way that I wasn't into leaving her tickets and having her going to dinner with her. Like, I wasn't into leaving her tickets. Like, that's big, leaving the tickets. Like, I want you to see me. And she's got her Jess friend dating the Fritchie, and all she wants is it to be her friend with me, and I'm somewhat dragged into the relationship because I'm a tag along with Richie, and then I'm getting abused in the relationship while I'm getting cheated on. And then I meet you. I mean, I couldn't meet anyone though. Like, I could have met anyone and said, "Oh, I want to meet her. Oh, I want to date her," like, right? But no, I want to be. I still want you. I always want you. And I will always want you. That's how I operate. So, but I respect your space. So honestly, I respect your space for over 10 years thinking that's how you wanted it. Like, I don't know. Like, this revisiting it is like me going into my memories because I need to tell my story, and then, like, oh, I get to London, I need to tell my story, and then you're there. You're part of the story. So now I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Because, yeah, so, like, okay, that happens. I play out the summer, like, and then I'm fighting my ass off to get a contract. Like, I don't even care about girls. Like, I'm just trying to fucking get a contract so I don't have to come back to the OHL because I'm trying to get a contract. And, like, I know it's hard to understand, like, how the mentality of how we have to be, like, hockey players. So I'm trying to put that on display collectively by telling my story of how, like, we're put in these positions as athletes. So, I mean, Amanda wanted to, like, latch onto that more. And I went back to what was comfortable because it was abusive. instead of chasing after you and apologizing and telling you the real story behind the truth about why I'm in the club. The hockey club, the whole energy of what it means to be a leader in the society of culture hockey. To be a winner. Like I couldn't have shared it with you that early in our relationship. It would have went against the code itself. So it wasn't like I was in a position to tell you. It was just like a fluke accident happened, and like so I fell back into the comfortable vibration with Amanda, and I got stuck bad. And I couldn't be in London without you. Okay? That's the fucking truth. I couldn't be in London and sleep every night. Like, where am I going to sleep? I'm going to sleep on my 20th birthday every night. I want to sleep with you. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't about the sex. I just want to lay down with you. Like, that was my thing. I don't, and guys used to make fun of me for it. So, like, there was an issue with the hazing culture stuff. And that's why now, full circle, like, I see you with your kids in your pictures. Like, I mean, like, that brings joy. Like, I don't have like jealousy. Like, I've never had jealousy in my life. Like, even though like my awareness of self was always in an advanced state, to where I have had a difficult time somewhat conforming to society's norms. I've always broken out to try and find a different way rather than a way it's always been. So being with you was abnormal for a hockey player vision, right? Because you see what they are, what the guys are doing. So then, like, Amanda's just, like, really going into trauma, trying to latch on to me in this image. Because, like, she's got a trauma relationship with her friend going on. So then, like, I literally can't be in London because she's there latching on, always. And I can't be there without you. And, like, I can't be there with you and be with the guys there, so I'm just there hanging out with the guys. Like, that's basically, and I slowly spent more time out with my family and less time in London. Like, until I just never was in London anymore, starting around 2010, 2009. So then I never had a reason to come back to London after that message. Really. And Amanda, like, confessed her love to me, and I had to, like, leave her on the spot because it was not appropriate, and I'm not sure where I got cut off, but, like, like, one or two of those summers later, like, Amanda ended up confessing her love to me on the spot, like, and, like, it was not appropriate, and it's not that I felt bad that I had to kind of leave the, like, I mean, like, what got me through some difficult times was seeing pictures of you all getting along, like, honestly, like, because I just felt like everyone hated each other because of me. And I think it's probably just my trauma playing back. I still think, you hate me for that Jack's night. I hate myself for that, Jackson. I truly still can't forgive myself, honestly. It was just like nothing. Like, I don't, like it was like, it was out of, like, I've done gambling, in like, so I get into this gambling energy sometimes, and it's the equivalent of like, I build everything up, and then I throw it all away right before the the moment is here. Like right before you're here, after a week or two, I do that. Your friend walks into you a minute before I see you, with a piece of tech between us. Like something is always was always going to get in between us. Everyone was jealous of you, and everyone was jealous of me in that room. Kelly, everybody, the whole fucking team was jealous of us. Okay. And I was upset a lot with your sister. Like, I mean, I was upset with how the guys were treating your sister. I gave them shit for it. I said, just don't be doing that. Just, don't be. It was because they had an attraction, because it was your sister. Like, because it was who I liked. Like, it's fucked up, man. It's unconscious. The guys are all doing it unconsciously. Like, it's a memory buried in time that they're replaying without a mirror looking at it. So, as a filmmaker, I'm in the scenarios all the time. I'm not judging them as the evil. I'm marking them and noted, noted, knowing that I'm going to come here to my temple eventually and then write the scroll, perform the scroll. So the gateway is you. You are my gateway. Because you are my gateway out. And my gateway in. You're both. And it doesn't matter. Like, I could sit here as a 36-year-old perceived man and, talk about memories whenever they happen, and then they have a biological effect because I'm recalling them. So this is like now my test of how powerful my psychic senses are, because if the energetics of it being not you writing the message, like now as the attention is now here, like the parts around you will start to take over to redirect the attention to where you thought it was lost. If you're thinking about me, if you have not a fleeting thought and you didn't send that message and you just thought I blew you off and you didn't have a fleeting thought and you're going, but I know you too well, and I know photography, and I know pictures, and I see faces. It's what I do. And I see your face, and I see you talking to me. And I'm talking back. I have reason to believe, like, the energy of my dog itself is a recreated resurrection of you because of my thought, because I got my dog relatively close to around these times. So, like, I was trying to wiggle out of Amanda's fucking death grip for a long time. I felt back comfortable, and it was just terrible because I'm just recreating, looking for you. That's what I'm recreating over and over. Now she's with you, hanging out. Now you're with her. It's fucking great. Like, why can't we all have been together and not be a big deal? But I understand it happens later. And I kind of like was scared to kind of like, I had to let the dust settle. And I'm talking about the hockey stuff. Like, I'm blowing up the hockey pyramid. Like, I'm turning it into a circle. It's just natural. Like, it's who I was always going to do. You know, I don't care anymore. You know, Kelly Thompson, his story, like, I'm telling it. Like, you went to high school with him. Like, there's, like, I don't even know. Like, I want to talk to you about stuff with that because, like, a lot has come up since his death that I'm perceiving differently in regards to why I was with you. Like, why I had an attraction to... I wanted to stay in London. Like, I'm a king of London. Like, I'm setting up a friggin' long-term situation in London, like, always. I'm just somewhat doing it in the tech first. You know, but I'm applying it physically, like, it's my kingdom. As it is yours. Like, I only want it to gift it to you. Literally. This is consciousness. This is how consciousness works. Like, you know, the woman is pregnant, I'm raking the woman for 24 hours. I'm just like this all day with you. You don't do anything. I float you around the universe while you're developing the baby. But even after, I do it anyway. Like, this is the creation. I know there's something that's resonating. Like, because now, like, the connections to the tech. Like I said, if you saw me making out with her right in front of every, it would be easier. Because it didn't come to you in the phone. The person that's saying, hey, look, what are you going to do about it? If you saw it yourself, oh, now you have the voice inside your head saying it. Instead of some guy that you have to save face for. So I know all this is processing so quickly. Now I'm like, I just got humiliated right there. Which is my shame addiction of Sarnia. The shame hazing. So I just got humiliated right there. And like 2-3 weeks before that, I'm letting everybody drink out of the mem cup in the same location. So, like, it took me a decade to re-perceive the event, to understand, like, the drinking out of the cup, like, the celebration we do is actually a humiliation celebration. That's what it is. So it helped me understand the processing of, like, understanding, like, oh my God, I made this decision. I went right up to the fucking, like, whoops, right on the spot, and right on the spot where the fucking only camera in the room was. Like, so I'm thinking, I'm like, what the fuck's that fucking mean? Like, cause like, it couldn't have been just a fluke. Like, that's a design. And I wasn't like wasted. And I knew, like, I'm not fucking leaving tickets for people. I only left tickets for you all year. Literally. Even in those beginning games. Like, before I met you. You know? I wasn't even leaving tickets for anybody. I made like a list of a bunch of the girlfriends I dated after you, which is basically after you sent that message. I pretty much didn't even have really a girlfriend after you for the next like 3-4 years. Like, I really didn't. And then I looked at, in the last 10 years, the five girls I've dated, and don't even compare to my sensibility of connection with you. Doing this hopefully to maybe just make sure I'm on the same wavelength. I want you to feel my humanness with my, I don't want you to read it through a text if I'm going to write, if I'm going to reach you. Because I can even just download this video and send it to you as a raw video. It doesn't have to be on this account. Like, Amanda was a nice woman, like a woman and all, but I didn't really want anything to do with her. Like, I was always upset I wasn't with you. It was just comfortable because she was basically the first girl I had ever had sex with, literally, pretty much. And then you were like the second, pretty much the second girl that I really was strongly intimate with. And then I just fucking fell off friggin' deep end. Like, I just went bonkers. Like, I didn't know what I was figuring. I didn't know what I was like trying to play hockey, trying to make films, trying to just not look like I was hurt. By not telling you how I really feel. You know, and even this, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, I'm skilled enough to know that location is irrelevant. Like, my skill set has grown to the point where I'm okay with being wherever I am. Like, I don't need, like, physical companionship through this. It's more of just, like, a dialogue of breath with you. Because the last communication is like, oh, better not we speak together. See you later. Like, I don't want you. Because so it's like basically like, don't contact me. So me to approach that would be breaching what you have contracted me to do. So such the compassionate guy. Usually people see messages like, oh, fuck off. They just message anyway. So such the character that I am, I see that I'm respecting your boundaries. I don't even say, oh, you sure, like I want to say a little this. I think like 12 years is an appropriate default reset time to revisit and say, hey, is this still the way you feel? At least just a simple message like that. Like, that would be definitely an appropriate reset default. Children are over 5 years old, like, I don't see the guy in your pictures, and I'm like concerned about that. Like, why isn't the guy there? If it's such a happy, committed, serious relationship, why don't I see any pictures of the guy? And I never have. I remember seeing pictures 5 years ago of the one picture, and there weren't any other pictures of the guy. And now you're alone with them on a beach? Whoa. I live in Florida. Like, I don't know where that beach is, but or when it was taken, but what, I mean, coming for you. I'm already there. Seriously. Like, all that stuff you felt around the Memorial Cup and the playoffs, and like, that's real, all of it. Everything you felt with me, real, all of it, real. I had so much going on around me there. I was handling so many things. I was expected to be so many things at once. Crazy billets, fucking team expectation, career, not drafted, parents, you know, like everyone in the city looking. And then, honestly, if I didn't have you, I wouldn't have gotten through it. That's legit. I didn't have you to unload my thoughts at night to think, oh, okay, I can call her. Okay, I'm calling her tomorrow. Okay, good. Wake up. Okay, yeah, I get to call her today. You know, like that's what the cup is. I'm looking for you the whole time. And there isn't even like a shed of feeling in me of like when I see you walking over there. I didn't even know that was your sister. Like it wasn't like I was saying, oh, there's twins. I was just seeing you. And then like once we started talking, you see, oh, okay, yeah, your sisters. Okay, cool. Like it was really like I really like. And then as the things unfold for months and years, you reverse engineer my original memory thought and how that true intuition is what we are. And that's what we put on display for the world around us. If the feelings are truly matched with how we were even typing, when I revisit the typing language that we were having, the language of how we're typing to each other, even. You're sending me moi. Like, I'm sending you a heart. And then, like, so, like, there's got to be something, other crypto tricks at play, because you have no idea how the tech actually works. You don't. I know you don't. And I know too much about that. So if you're blinded by not knowing, thinking like I just disappeared, that's why I do this right now. Because I know enough to know you, enough to know us, enough to know I am not bounded by time. Us. We created this event to revisit for a reason. We are the event, me and you. We met at a time period. Great. Awesome. Like my foundation in London was always where I sleep at night. Like, that is my bed. You know. Even our first date, one of our first dates, when we were chilling on your couch, watching a movie, it was like, boom, I knew then. It was literally our first date. I told the guys, I was like, yo, I don't know what happened to me, but, like, we're just hanging out. And there's, like, some movements going where you just kind of leaned over and went over there to grab something. And it was just the way that your body language was and looked at me. And I was just like, it was like a painting that flashed in my mind. And I was just like, And I was like, and then like then you came over and we cuddled again. But I was like, because then like that image was never replaced ever by anyone. And I was like, well, okay. And I'm an image guy, right? So it was like immediately on our first like real close session where it was just like just chilling out. Like it wasn't anything big, you know. And I'm at a point now in my life, like I'm technically, by the time I fumbled into this potential, like I'm at a potential where I'm looking for no sex. Like I'm looking to have like total like celibacy, like being only because it's an energy thing. But the thought of you revisiting my own misperception that you didn't send that message now changes the whole game, because I go into it. Now, if the romance in my life, it's the epic collective romance of the abuse story. Like, there's no ways around it. How many people do you think in society are going in, messaging people, and then deleting, and nobody even knows? And people are going about their lives not knowing that they got messages or didn't get messages from, there's no way to validate. So, like, me coming in is actually, I'm creating an infrastructure to validate authenticity in digital space. Like, that's what I've been fucking working on for over 10 years. It's going ridiculously well. Like, my tech is being the movements are going extremely well. So this whole feeling of how you make me feel and the thought of you makes me feel is what I need to continue moving into, because I think that is linked with some of the trauma that goes with my abandonment feelings. Because I feel like, we played this mirrored seesaw where you think I abandoned you if I never messaged you back and just disappeared. And I think you abandoned me because you're with someone else. I somewhat already let go of the fact that I was abandoned and like you have to go somewhere else. I never revisited. I just trusted that was you that sent it. But coming full circle, because nothing else panned out over here, not really understanding that maybe there was an abuse situation, which brings up my abuse and standing up for my own abuse, and now I'm in this case. I wouldn't look at your message that way if I wasn't into like, oh, colon? You're using a Drew colon. Okay, y'alls. Drew colon? And then writing it out. Usually it's Drew ... Hey, you know what I mean? That's how the pattern was. So then Drew colon never has been ever shown. So now I'm into the language of what the colons mean and all that, because when I write, I want it to be ... like, because I want it to be personable. Now it's very cold. No, that's not you doing this. Now that I'm crypto advanced like that, I'm looking at it and seeing it. Oh shit. My brain was formulating the vision for myself that I needed to enter this parallel reality, because now I'm set up shop here. I can't take back what I did for the last 8 years thinking that this was the way. Now, and all I had to do is go look back at the message with a different awareness. Oh, colon, ... unfortunately, comma, so precise. It's like you really thought it out because you couldn't wait to say it to me, because it was so well thought out that you couldn't wait to say you never want to talk to me. After just saying 2 weeks before that, let me know how your life is going. So I have to make these videos because I'm now responsible to give you a situation where you could process the time that has went by, because you have kids. And I know I'm into the study, the deep study of children. Yeah, okay, Kelly, honestly, not even understanding, that I would revisit this situation, because, I already know that the kid is not, the father and the mother, they provide building blocks, so the kid genetically is actually all the mother. It has no prints of the father, literally at all, until it gets out of the womb. Then it starts picking up the prints because it's in the energy, and they can see its face. You can pick it up, but it's mainly the mother and the mother link all the way back through the ancestry. It goes through the mother. So I'm looking at you now with this new perception with 2 kids, and where's the guy? There's no guy around. I know my romance with you. I'm romantic with you. I like how I am and how I want to be with you and feel. I'm not this. I'm not this with anyone. Romantic guy. This. I'm all about building my filmmaking shrine around the story of me and you. Of understanding the cultural significance of our union. Such an influential relationship. I don't just bring a girlfriend into the locker room for the championship without knowing what I'm doing. That's why the Jax thing was a fluke accident, because if that didn't happen, we would have been together, probably with the kids, with together, and we would have. I probably would have won Stanley Cups. And everything. Just me and you, we would have fucking broke out of London together, totally on our own, and fucking just took over fucking everything. On our own little unit, and just fucking never look back. That's what it would have did. We would have fucking left together. That Jax event didn't happen. I go to Florida that year. We're fucking, you're with me already. The first year. You know what I mean? That event happens, I don't chase. Now I just go into the season single, right? So I don't even know what's going to happen going into the season. So it was an abrupt and sudden death to crypto, to the film. So now I have to do this because I have to process and give the information the time capsule it needs so you can understand like who I am now. Like I'm this guy. Like I'm not even Drew. Like I'm not Drew. Like I'm using Drew as a shield to a story about how to fucking like interact here. But I'm really like this Truth character that basically was like that character that was like, all right, let's go here and do this and that. Like it was like this. I knew the higher plan with all these pieces that I was like all these like pieces that were involved with my team, and I was like, I knew I had to coordinate things so like now as I'm returning to London, like I can fucking take the whole system down. I don't owe anybody favors. I take the whole fucking system down, and now bringing you back into the equation in regards to, oh my God, this is a fucking trauma fucking thing, and I'm now like getting to the healing of my abuse by having the confidence to reach into the tech to tell you my feeling. Because how else am I going to reach you? So I'm putting all this on display for so long. If you ever find my videos, you have a treasure trove of basically like me talking to you. Because I'm who will find me? It's you. I'm looking for you and Kelly. Like the language goes like Kelly. Like even Kelly Thompson, like he's here with us. Like I can't stop talking, but I have to stop at some point. God, you're beautiful. I mean, I can feel you looking at me. It's weird. I honestly feel like this is appropriate. And this is working and you understand me. You can feel. Why? And think about it. All those years, if I was the guy that was just trying to fucking make out with broads, why wouldn't I have tried to get with your sister? You know, like it doesn't make sense. If I was that guy, I would, you know, have joined in like with, you know, whoever was trying to sleep with her or whatever. You know, that's respect for me. So I want to revisit my conversations with her because I was trying to get a message to you through her. And if that message never gotten through, this thing is deep then. Because even after the Jax event, and then we're chatting still, I never tell you about the Jax event. Then towards the end of us chatting, I tell you about the Jax event. But you don't know that I'm actually thinking about it the whole time. Like, I must have, like, this is a crazy unravelment. I love that I'm going through it with you because we're going to pause this because my battery's low and make sure I save the video. So, take a deep breath. I know I talked a lot. Just touching your leg and like we're sitting, having some dinner, putting up with people around us. Touching each other's thigh and leg. That's the shit all I care about. I'll show you that favorite picture is the one of like you just reaching out, just holding out, just touching my arm ever so gently while I'm holding the cup with my brother and I'm just looking this way. I'll send it to you. You know, you'll see it. It's my favorite picture. Just that little subtle touch that you're doing. That. Priceless. That's me. That's you. Thank you. Thank you for having faith. Patience, devotion, faith.